Hi everyone, my name's Brandy Forrest and I am very excited to welcome you to my YouTube channel, History in Context. Before I get started with this introduction video, I just wanted to give a quick thank you to a couple people who have been very supportive and have really pushed and encouraged me to share my passion in video form. Chris, Mackenzie, Aiden, Zeke, his lovely girlfriend Dee, thank you all for pushing me to do this. Let me move on now. I want to kind of introduce you to the channel. I'll tell you a little bit about why I started it, and then I'll tell you a little bit about me. So the first thing is, the YouTube channel was a natural extension of a blog and website that I started about 6 months ago. The channel and the website is historyincontext.com. The H, the I, and the C are all capitalized. Please go check it out, read the blog posts. Feel free to tell me what you think. Suggest any topics, subscribe over there. And then also please feel free to come over here, obviously view the videos. And please, if you want to, subscribe to them. Let me begin, now that I have all that out of the way, with telling you why I started History in Context. First of all, I realized that there was a significant problem here in the US, and I'm seeing it occurring around the globe. History is being sanitized. In our kind of modern time, with our modern experiences and our modern lens, we're tending to kind of remove the parts of history that are uncomfortable, maybe not as politically correct as we'd like them to be. And History in Context wants to change that conversation. We want to change that dialogue. It was inspired by my two children. They were coming home from school after having history classes that were just completely untrue. They were bringing history lessons home with papers that just were blatantly false because they didn't want to use the real words that were involved. Teachers didn't want to have to handle kids who went home told it still occurred. And to dismiss that history just so that we can handle what has happened in our country is negligent and it's irresponsible. Our children can't learn from history's mistakes if we don't teach them the full story. The systematic sanitization of our history has to stop. History's uncomfortable. It's facts. In some cases in ancient Egypt, it's propaganda. But it is what it is. And at History in Context, examining history in context means that we look at history, we remove modern lens, we remove modern judgments, even modern experiences, and we simply look at the facts in the history in which they take place. What was happening in the world at the time these events took place? What was the common understanding of the world? How did people interact? How did they work, play, live, die? These are the things that as an archaeologist we ask ourselves, as anthropologists, as historians, that we ask ourselves. And so that is why History in Context kind of evolved into the project that it did. We need to learn the lessons of history. But my biggest passion here, besides correcting history, is making sure that we pass on a truthful history to our children. The future generations that will follow us need to have learned their history. They need to learn from the mistakes that we've made so that they can do better and they can be better. The last part of this video is about who I am. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, not in my wheelhouse right now, obviously. I have 2 master's degrees, one in theology, one in archaeology and biblical studies. And then I am in the very final stages of my PhD candidacy for archaeology and biblical studies. I've worked in the field for over 10 years as an archaeologist and a student. And I've even been a teacher for some of that time and an educator. This is why I can firsthand talk about the challenges that we face with future generations and the transmission of history. I am passionate about what I do. I love what I do. I would love to hear from you all. Topics, questions you might have. The history that we talk about, we'll cover all time periods, all levels. My specialty is the ancient world, specifically the Levant, obviously the world of the Bible, ancient Israel, Jordan, a little bit into Lebanon, Syria. That's kind of the modern, those kind of covers the modern day areas. And so I hope that you will enjoy these videos, and please stay tuned. I'm about to go ahead and begin filming several videos. I've already gotten questions from people, feedback from the blog, and so I can't wait to share those with you and kind of share some of my thoughts and insights. Take care and be safe.